Hello, good morning. We've just been out for brunch in Chiswick to meet Lindsay, which was really nice. I'll show you what Crystal's carrying a bit later on. And now we've come across to Acton Green to see the fair. And the sun's come out, which is even better.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
So I believe this is technically called the Bedford Park Festival. But you know, it's got all the things you want from a village fair, which is skittles, a band, there's lots of alcohol, including a beer tent, there's a giant pig sitting on a bench, there is, you know, all sorts of buffet foods and tombolas and what have you. We've moved on. This is Ham Fair, so we're doing all the fairs today, and this is much bigger than fair. Yeah, brilliant. And it stretches all over Ham Common. Just having a wander around. Good afternoon. Nearly, so close. I am walking to Richmond because Crystal has just done her first baby yoga class this morning, and we're going to go from Richmond to Ockham. You might remember I flew a drone a few weeks back, and we're going to a nice pub there to have lunch with Simon and Anshin in the countryside, and then after that we're going to go to Esher to celebrate Walter's 6th birthday, and that is our mission for the day, and it's a nice day for it. Unrelated, but look at the size of these watermelons. They are insane.
Happy birthday, dear Walter. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Oh, thank you so much. Come on. Walter, give it a blow. You've got to make a big wish. Did you make a wish?
Yeah.
Yay! Make a wish. Well done, darling. Made by your papa.
Good morning. It's lovely weather today. It's going to rain all day because that's what traditional Junes are like in the United Kingdom. All joking aside, the weather has been a little bit changeable this start of this month. Very different to last year. I think I don't actually mind the amount of devastation it caused to like plants and greenery last year. I think I'd rather have my heat wave shorter, to be honest. So this is good. Nature's happy with this. I'm a little damp, but I think I'll probably get over that. And the smell of rain on a warm day is actually really nice. So not a bad way spending a Monday morning, really. I'm on a roof. There we go. We're seeing some GoPros going. So
It's going to be one of many roofs today, Toby.
yeah, today's a multi-roof day. That GoPro obviously doesn't have a screen on it. This is the roof of the Linnean Society, which is part of the Royal Society, obviously. And it's kind of cool because who else gets to go on the roof?
Point out the lightning conductors.
Yeah, look, there's a lightning conductor. I wasn't pointing at Tammy, just to be clear. And this is the terrace bar of the Meridian. And somewhere around there there's a GoPro.
Just about in frame, yeah. There it is.
Yeah, I'm on a roof. It's just what happens now. Look, there's some other people on roofs. They look confused by what we're doing on a roof. Understandable. GoPro one.
Sending lots of messages. We're being very careful. Look at this high vis, health and safety.
Yeah, I mean, Tammy's fallen down, so we've lost Tammy completely, but James is fine, so that's a 50% success.
That's okay.
So,
2/3.
oh yeah, that's true. I'm probably going to fall over the edge, so maybe 1/3. Looks Piccadilly. Cool. I can smell something. I can smell what the rock is cooking. Or it's slightly surreal being on the roof up here. Though, I mean, you literally can obviously see Telecom BT Tower because you can see that from everywhere. If you look down this way, you can see the Hilton in all its hugeness at the end. And that's Piccadilly, that's Regent Street, that is the world's biggest, newest advertisements. And then this is, Five Guys, and that's the way towards Leicester Square. Back for my roofie adventures. Roofie spelled ROOF-Y. So that was quite interesting yesterday. The rain did eventually come in the evening, but it wasn't too bad. But it's been raining basically ever since. This is the first time I've been out of the flat today. It's gone 6 p.m. I had to get out, but it's a bit frustrating. Do a short walk, buy some things for dinner, and then return to the dry. This is hilarious. This is so cute. So there's 4 bits of graffiti here. They've all been done on a piece of card, and then someone's come and tied them to the post. rather than deface a wall in Kew, what happens is you do it as arts and crafts at home, and then you bring it to the wall and hang it on. Amazing. Good morning. It's Wednesday. No, it's not. It's Thursday, and therein lies the problem. I was just about to explain how sometimes as a freelancer you don't really have a routine, and then just prove the point by not knowing what day of the week it is. See, the issue is that jobs start and stop on random days, and there's no way of telling a Wednesday from a Thursday, for example. The only way would be if you were, say, starting a job on a Thursday like I am. So there's a routine within each day, but the difference between each day is not really noticeable. So that's really where the problem lies. But let's get back to where we are. So it is Thursday, and I am currently walking to Chiswick to start a job for Livewire Sport, a series of podcasts about Wimbledon. And it's close enough that I can walk, which is amazing, or at least it will be if the weather holds. I'm aware that there have been years of these vlogs showing me walking, just walking, and a lot of the time it was walking along the Thames path to get to Hammersmith station, to get on the tube to go to work, just to add a walk in the morning. But it's a very long time since I was actually able to walk all the way to work. I was thinking about this as best I could. I don't think I've been able to do it properly since I was in Bristol, and the last time I would have walked into that office would have been over 10 years ago now. So it's a slightly unique experience, this, and I have to say I very much enjoy not having to take any public transport at all. So at the weekend, a traveller community moved on to Kew Green, and they have supposedly been moved on within 72 hours, but I'm going to see what state the green is in following that. As you can see, there is no sign of them, so let's think down either end. So that is promising, usually just because of the amount of rubbish and litter they leave. It's a difficult one. You kind of feel for Romany communities in a way, and they must be very hard to preserve their way of life. But the real problem is there's very often little or no respect for the areas that they turn up in. So there you go. Anyway, they've gone, vanished. At Ham Fair at the weekend, was it last weekend? Weekend before? My God, my brain is just mush. We saw a gypsy fortune teller, and it said on her sign, "I am a gypsy both by descent and by marriage." Wow. It led me to realise two things. Number one, I don't think being a double gypsy makes you better than being a single gypsy. And secondly, if she'd been a very good fortune teller, she would have noticed that nobody was going to turn up and have their fortune read all day, which seemed to be the case because there was nobody at her stand. So, a little sceptical of Gypsy powers. That's an understatement. I don't believe at all in any sort of future soothsaying or what have you. It's fucking terrible weather today. Pretty productive day of shenanigans, editing, putting a documentary together. Just down there next to where Paddy is, which is the dive centre, London dive centre in an industrial estate in Chiswick. So interesting 5 documentaries, as I said, about past Wimbledon winners, and I've been working through the Billie Jean King one today, and it's coming together. Not too much to do. We're still missing the voiceover. It's in a good place though, so it's a good first day. Tomorrow I'm going to carry on with that one, hopefully get it finished almost, but I'll probably work from home tomorrow, seeing as I now have all the bits I need. And quite a productive day. So exactly 6 years ago today, it was actually a Friday, and the reason I know that is because it was my last day at Global Radio, and it seems like a very long time ago in terms of my routine and what I did, and sort of remembering how my life was then. But then 6 years isn't that long a time really, but things have moved on quite a lot since then. So I thought I'd mention it because most years this date goes past and I forget. And I know 6 isn't exactly a round number, but ironically 6 years on, today I'm making effectively radio programmes, which is not something I normally do, but I have done a fair bit on and off. It's so easy compared to video, and I don't mean to denigrate people who work in the radio industry, but I mean it's just not on the same level in terms of complexity and skill. And obviously I did it for a lot longer, so I'm probably more proficient still, even now. But I almost do radio as a relaxing alternative. That sounds right. 6 years, and I don't think I've missed it a single day since then. Good morning. I've actually had a reasonably productive morning. Done my tax return, carried on with the edits that I was doing yesterday. The weather has been on and off and on and off, and it's currently good, so I need to nip out and buy things to eat today, because then I've got to go up to Acton and pick up another episode of this podcast so I can start mixing that. Just on my way to pick up a podcast. Most of South Acton is like this. It is either brand new houses or housing developments. Like, it's almost unrecognisable probably from about 5 or 6 years ago. They're just everywhere, on all sides, pretty much everywhere you look. I don't even remember what used to be here before, to be honest, but whatever it is, it's gone. Got distracted on my way back and ended up in Gunnersbury Park and house. It's kind of cool. I'm going home, honest, just the very long way. So there's kind of 2 mansions on this spot. This one is probably more famous for having the Rothschilds as its owner a few generations back, before the whole place was gifted as a public park and museum, which is where I've just been inside. It's a very nice aspect, and it's a very pretty Palladian mansion house, as you can see. But the other one here, it's kind of fallen a little bit out of love. The small mansion, as it's called, which has had lots of residents over the years, including, I believe, George II's daughter, Princess Amelia, who was a big fan of this part of the world. I mean, she lived in Kew most of the time, but she really liked this house and she used to come a lot. But as you can see, It is not in a good way at all. Right, enough sort of accidental history. I need to actually go home and carry on doing some work. But it's very nice here, and I've come back and visit it properly. I've always wanted to come and see Gunnersbury Park, and that's why I popped through. I do have to do a word of the week though. We started the week with a couple of fairs. So let's do the word of the week, and let's make the word of the week the fair. The fair is the word of the week. So first of all, in German, the fair is der Jahrmarkt. Der Jahrmarkt. That is the fair in German. And in Italian, it is la fiera. La fiera. That is the fair in Italian. So there we go. That was the fair in German and Italian, and that was this week's word of the week. Nice park, this. Should have come here years ago. Well, I'm here now, so that's something. Right. Unfortunately, I need to leave the park and walk down the main road, but hey ho. Just have to find an exit to somewhere that isn't closed. The sun has come out, the church bells are ringing, it suddenly feels like summer, and it hasn't done for a week. It's amazing. It's such a dramatic and necessary change. So I'm feeling in a much better mood, but it's Friday, so this vlog will wrap up shortly. The only thing to add is, a few weeks ago, I went to Windsor to go and see Adam. I think it was 2 weeks ago, just before we went to Bristol, and I left my sunglasses at his house. So he tried to give them back to me the following day in Bristol, but forgot again, and so he's had them for a couple of weeks. His girlfriend, luckily, is passing this way right about now, and so I might get my sunglasses back just in time for summer, so that's nice. So thank you, Jade. Right, I need to get home and actually do something rather than just basking. So there we are. I've been reunited with my old sunglasses, and I still have my new sunglasses as well. So now I look like a proper idiot. So that's good. I am going to sign off now because I've got to go home, jerk some pork for dinner tonight, and then go to bed. So that is it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. If you click subscribe, you will see these videos in your subscription feed. If you want to actually be told that they've been released, then you click the little bell thing and it will inform you directly. So those are your options. You don't have to do either, but I'm just telling you what the point of them are. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.